Welcome to the live replay, you guys. It is October 20th. Let me just get set up over here. And I haven't been live in like a week. So I'm going to just unpack some of my charms while I wait for people to join, because we are going to continue working on Ivy's journal, but we ended at the end of a month. So we need to start our live by choosing a theme. So I want to wait for more people to get here before we make that choice. Well, I should say the theme has been chosen for us. It's just Christmas though, so it's pretty broad how we want to actually interpret that. So, hey Laura, good to be back. How have you guys been? P. Hey, you guys. It was good. It wasn't really, well, okay, it was kind of a holiday, I guess, but I was grinding trying to work on that digital bullet journal, and unfortunately I didn't finish it, but I got pretty far, and I think I'm just going to put it on hold for now to focus on the pre-made journals. I don't want to launch it too late, but I think the pre-made journals need to be my priority. So I worked hard on it last week, and we'll see when I have a chance to get on it again. Hey everyone, good to see you guys. I was just saying, we're gonna work on Ivy's journal again, but when we ended, we had just finished November, so like we're gonna start off by choosing her December theme, and I always like to do that when there's, you know, give people kind of a chance to get here before we make the fun decision. So I figured I would just unload some of my new charms, and then we'll start on that in a few minutes. Thanks, Britt. Yeah, it was a good Thanksgiving. My in-laws' house is where we were staying for the week, and they've got lots of toys, and their house, as far as like visiting people who don't have kids, I feel like their house is very baby-proofed, and like my kids love playing there, so it's probably one of the easier places to stay for a week with kids. Thanks, Dana. How are you guys? How was your week? I got some silver letters too, but I don't know if I like them. I was expecting them to be more like of a shiny silver. You know, like the gold of these letters is so shiny, but the silver's quite dull. So I'm not sure if I should unpack them or return them. These U's are stuck together. There we go. Hey, Michelle. Welcome here, you guys. Did you, Christine? Thanks for your order. Aw, hey, Lynn. I missed you guys too. Oh, nice, Michelle. I just placed a bulk order of Languo white gel pens to use as the freebies in the pre-made journals. So hopefully they'll be here by the end of the week. So that I can start getting them ready to ship out. And I know I do have a couple people who ordered just like normal journals, not the ones that are currently in pre-order. So if you ordered an empty journal, I can personalize that for you today, but pre-ordered journals are not ready to be personalized on live yet. Oh, hey, Nicole, I saw your message, but I did not open it because Oh, I've had so much to do since I got back, but I totally will. And I'm just gonna finish putting away these charms and then let's get into it. So we left off, we had just finished November in Ivy's journal, and her prompt for December is just Christmas. Other than that, we can, you know, like we can choose however we want to portray that. So I'm thinking we'll head over to Pinterest and look at some Christmas doodle inspiration. But yeah, we could do like a gingerbread theme like we did in Summer's bullet journal, or we could take Christmas and go in a totally different direction. Okay, there we go. Christine, I'm thinking next week. The first shipment of pre-made journals is arriving tomorrow. I ordered them in 2 batches, well, 3 batches, but I already got the first one. The first one that I'm actually packing to share or like to sell is arriving tomorrow, but I want a bit of time to like quality check and, whoops, I put that F in the wrong one. To quality check and get myself more organized here before I start shipping them out. So I'm thinking early, like beginning of next week, hopefully, is when I'll start doing those. Okay, almost done with this pack. And I also want to hear, what do you guys think about this silver? Can you see the silver letters? I feel like they're not as glossy as I expected. And also I don't have any silver hardware. Like all of my ribbon crimps and stuff are gold, but I know some people have asked about silver, so I thought that might be a good starting point to just like grab some silver letters. But it's harder to find silver hardware. Like all of the pieces that I use just are by default gold, so I would have to find a different place to get them. They are kind of matte, yeah. And that's nice, it's just not what I was expecting. In the picture, they looked a little more glossy. But do you think I would have to do, like, would it look silly to have gold hardware with silver? Like, do I need to go buy silver hardware now too? The leaves are so cute. I'm really excited about these ones. They're like totally flat and like hammered. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's not real gold, but it looks like hammered gold. They're very pretty. Yeah, that's why I'm hesitant with the silver, just because I don't want to stock a bunch of silver charms now, but then if people order a silver charm and then want to pair it with anything, they're going to be pairing it with a gold charm. So then it, you know, would look kind of funny maybe. So I'm not really sure what to do about that. Because yeah, I don't want to basically double my charm collection doing silver and gold. I chose gold to start because like whenever I would search for charms, there were just so many gold ones and I never really saw very many silver. But I have had requests for silver, so I figured I'd start with the alphabet, but I'm still not really sure if I want to, yeah, add silver hardware, pair silver letters with gold charms. Like, I feel like it might be a little odd, but we'll see. Okay, let's be done with this. Oh, right, I have the XYZs for the next row. You don't mind the mixed metals? Oh, I also ordered some new camera ones. The other camera ones that I had were in like, they were in silver. I guess these are my only 2 silver charms, the coffee cups and the cameras, but they haven't been super popular and I feel like they might be more popular in gold. Okay, X. Okay, let's get into Ivy's journal. I'm going to start with a flip through for you guys since we haven't been in this journal in a bit. And then let's choose her December theme. The prompt is Christmas, so we're going to head over to Pinterest and dig through some Christmassy ideas. I'm going to take a sip of tea here first. I know, that's the thing, Jess. That's why I've been dodging it for a while, but then I thought maybe I would kind of compromise and just do the letters, but now I'm second guessing even that because I feel like they might not match well with other things I have. Okay, so Ivy's journal. We started off with January. It is a 12-month journal for 2026. For January, we did this little pastel galaxy theme, like so. And then for February, she requested a Valentine's dessert theme. So that's what we have here. March was this little lemon Dutch door theme. Very similar to the mango theme that we did in Janelle's bullet journal. We just kind of copied it over. April, she sent us a picture of some of her son's birthday cakes, and we combined those couple of cakes into one little birthday theme. May, the prompt was duckies and rain, so that's what we did here. June, the prompt was Hawaii, so we did the Hawaiian Islands with some Hawaiian doodles on them. July, the prompt was mermaid, so we mixed some metallics and pastels to do this theme. And I should say, all the monthly pages, you know, each customer chooses what they want. So Ivy chose to have a one-page brain dump by her title page. Hey, Brittany. Yes, it was a nice time away. Then a 2-page calendar with a section here for a little check-in. A 2-page memory spread with lots of open space to paste in pictures and like junk journaling elements and just write down highlights and stuff from the month. And then her weekly spreads, which all that she requested for the weekly spreads was obviously the days of the week. She wanted a section for notes and a mini calendar. So we kind of switched up how that's presented each month, but we still have the same kind of bonus boxes each month. August, the prompt was birthday, and we found this cute little birthday card on Pinterest and turned it into a bullet journal theme. So we've got her memories page, and then the weekly spreads in August says notes on the candles there, and then this is where she'll write her notes. September, the prompt was baby girl. This is one of my favorite months, although I really like a lot of them in this journal. But these letters just do it for me. I love doing letters like those with the white gel pen on top. And these weekly spreads are for sure my favorite in this journal. For October, the prompt was Halloween, and I don't really like spooky Halloween, so we went cutesy Halloween and did these little ghost portraits. And then November, the prompt was just fall. So for the cover page, we voted on a cozy cottage theme that kind of just morphed into more generally fall for the other spreads. So we've got her memories page again. Thank you so much for the follow. And then these are the weekly spreads for November. And this is where we left off in this journal. So now it's time to choose our December theme. And like I said, the prompt is Christmas. So I'm gonna head over to Pinterest and just look at Christmas doodles, and then we can come up with some ideas. I actually just wanna check. I've got this ancient bullet journal. Oh no, this is not the right one. Where's my other ancient bullet journal that has a cute December theme in it that I want to add for consideration. Although now that I think about it, the colors are very similar to her November theme. Oh yeah, this was my December theme a few years ago. And then I just kind of had miscellaneous, like mostly winter, I guess. This would be more of a winter theme, less directly Christmas, but something similar. I loved this color combination and the stacked calligraphy. So I'm going to keep that here in case we want to include that as a theme idea. All right, let me head over to Pinterest and just search Christmas doodles. I feel like this might be a bit tricky actually. That's just too broad, you know? There's so many different ways to do Christmas. I'm gonna save this. But the main idea from this one would be the little gift boxes. I really like those and they would make very simple doodles. Let's see here. We could do like a Christmas wreath. Or yeah, something like this with like a Christmas tree and some gifts. There's another Christmas wreath. I think I actually saved this to my Pinterest board as a potential idea for my own December theme. Oh no, we shouldn't do this though because we already did colored candles in August for her birthday. This is cute. Just like some different hanging ornaments with like white gel pen designs on them. And maybe some gold too. I do have a gold marker that we could use. Or this version of an ornament, like filling an ornament shape with some Christmassy doodles. Stockings, very cute. We're gonna have way too many ideas for this one. Okay, but I'm thinking probably not doing the same gingerbread one that we did for summer. I know that one was very cute and I had fun doing it, but I feel like we should try something different. That's kind of cute. Just like a sled and then different patterned wrapping on there. Okay, this is actually more what I would want my Christmas wreath to look like, I think. Just screenshotting more ideas. These are all so cute. Okay, I think I might have enough ideas. I'm just gonna pop into TikTok to see your guys' comments and then we'll vote on something. Okay. Yeah, I like the wreath idea too. Okay, so let me go into my photos now and let's narrow it down a bit. So I'm gonna delete this wreath because if I would do a wreath, I would want it to look more like the other one. And delete these because we already did colored candles as her like entire theme for August. Okay, I feel like we have a good selection here actually. So I can start this poll because I haven't actually been paying attention to if there's a moderator here or not. So I'll start this one. Wait, how do I do that again? Oh yeah, here. It's been a while. Oh, wait, not there. Oh yeah, here we go. Now I've got it. So 2 minutes, 4 options, start. Okay, so we are choosing our December theme for Ivy's bullet journal, last theme in the journal. And so this is just going to be like the concept, not how we're laying things out or color palette or anything like that, just like kind of what the focal point is for December. So option number 1 is ornaments, and we might do that in a couple different ways. One might be like this, where we have multiple ornaments, use white gel pen on top, or we might do something more like this, where we just do Christmas doodles in the shape of an ornament, something like that. Those both classify as ornaments, so that's option 1. Option 2 is to focus on stockings. That's the only picture I have of stockings, but they're super cute. Option 3 is for the focal point to be on the cute gift boxes. So this would be one example. This would be another. This would be another, just kind of like patterned wrapping paper and bows, and have that be kind of the focal point. That was option 3. And then option 4 is to do a wreath. And now I forgot to include my own December, but that's okay. We can use that layout if we want to with something else. So option 4 would be a wreath kind of like this. And then I don't know exactly where we'd put December or what, but that's the main idea. So option 1, ornaments in some format or another. Option 2, stockings in some format or another. Option 3 is the focus will be on gift boxes with cute like patterned wrapping paper. And then option 4 is a wreath. And this is just for the cover page. We might bring in some other elements, you know, like even if wreath wins, we're gonna need more doodles than just a wreath to fill out the month. So other things might get brought in at different points to kind of round out the theme, but this is just kind of choosing the main focus. Is that poll almost done? 1 is ornaments, 2 stockings, 3 gift boxes, and 4 wreaths. There we go. Gift boxes, beautiful. I was voting for those or wreaths. I think those were my top 2. All right, so let's get some paper here for swatching colors. So I'm thinking like a light brown, a deep red, and kind of a muted green. I think that's kind of the direction that I want to go with this. Where's my, oh yeah, all of my go-to markers and stuff are packed up. No worries, Aaliyah. Ornament was not close enough for that to break the tie, I don't think. Okay, I think these 2 greens are definitely my most Christmassy green pairing. So I will probably do that. Oh, hey, Emily. And then a brown and a red. Let me swatch a few reds for you. I think that's a good foundation. And I will say too, I know I do have 2 journal orders, one for Kelly Jo and one for Charlene, that do not include a journal that's currently in pre-order. So if you are either of those people and you want your journal packed on live today, just let me know that you're here. Because most of my orders currently are for pre-orders, so I can't pack those up yet. Oh, I should show you guys the greens that we're pairing with first. But now that I started swatching reds, wait, let's just finish that up. Oh, those last two are so similar. They're all pretty similar, honestly. Okay. So these are the two greens that I feel like are just my most Christmassy greens. So I want to do those, and then we'll vote on a red to pair with them, and then I think I'll just kind of use a kind of light, medium, and darker brown as well for some of the gifts, but let's just vote on these three for now. And I forgot to ask a moderator to do this earlier, so I can just do it. Wait, how do I do that again? Now I'm trying to do it on my iPad, which is different than my... So let's vote for a red here, option 1, 2, or 3. They kind of go from most orangey undertone to most plum sort of undertone, but I would still call them all like more red to pair with our green. And then I'll just show you the kind of browns that I'm thinking of using as well for the gift wrap. Kind of light, medium, and then a bit darker. And then we got to choose how we want to actually lay out the page as well. 3 is definitely the most purple one, but I think it still works as a Christmas kind of deep red. Canvas, like for college? Is that what you use? Okay, 1 and 3 tied. I'm gonna see. Okay, so 1 is what we used in November. So we just used that. So I guess maybe we should go 3. I was leaning towards 1, but we did just use it. So maybe let's go 3. Hey, Iris. Oh, canvas. Yes, I have vivid memories of using canvas for my courses too. Okay, so for those of you who weren't here for the vote, we decided on a Christmas gift theme for Ivy's December spreads. So some of our inspiration pictures were this one here, and then this, or this. So now I'm gonna just go and look for a few more kind of layout ideas if we go the gift route. Well, we are going the gift route, but I think I would have this as one layout idea to do like a little sled stacked with gifts, and this as another to just do kind of top down gifts. But I wanna look for some other ways that we could lay out the gifts themselves, and then we'll vote for that. All right, bullet journal. I mean, we could do something like this actually. I have some very cute Christmas washi tape that would match our color palette. So we could do like 3 gifts, bird's eye view, and then add like some little holly or cookies or other like small Christmas doodles in between. So let's do that as actually, I'm gonna keep scrolling from here. Do that as one option. This one would be, oh, whoops. Not bird's eye view, but like head on looking at the gifts. Whatever angle you call that, I can't even think right now. instead of bird's eye view. So there would just be 2 gifts kind of standing here. And then again, Christmas doodles scattered around. I don't know if I need one more idea or if that's enough. When did we last use stacked calligraphy? I'm gonna check, because I might include that as an option too. I know we used it March and January, but I honestly don't remember right now if I used it again. For a title page, that is. I know we've used it for some weeklies. July, no. August, no. September, October, and November. Okay, so we haven't used it on a title page since March, so maybe I'll include that as the last option. Let me just go through my photos here so that this kind of makes more sense. Okay, yeah, that works actually. Just delete this one. All right, so I'm gonna start a vote or start a poll. I think I have 5 options actually. So we'll do 5 options, 2 minutes. So we're choosing how we want to display her gift theme, her Christmas gift theme. So we already chose the theme is to have gift boxes. Option 1 is to do a little sled stacked with a few different gift boxes, and the focus would kind of be on doing like cute white gel pen doodles for the wrapping paper and then bows and stuff. So option 1 is to put them on a sled. Option 2 is to kind of look top down at like a grid of Christmas gifts. I'm not sure if we'd fill the page or just do like a small section. I don't know, but this is kind of the general idea. Top down, looking at just like a grid of Christmas gifts. So it would be pretty neat and tidy, like no other doodles scattered in the middle. Okay, so this was option 1. This was option 2. Option 3 is to have, again, top down, but more of a doodly element to it. So we would have little like holly or Christmas cookies or like a stocking or something more doodly, and then possibly some washi tape as well. Option 3 is not top down, but rather face on, kind of 1 gift here, 1 gift here, and then again, some little Christmas doodles scattered around. That is option 4. And then option 5 would be to bring back in stacked calligraphy and just have the gifts be kind of the main doodle surrounding that. And then we'd probably add in, yeah, like some holly or some sparkles or something like that. So option 1, the sled with gifts. Option 2, a grid display of gifts. Option 3, top down with more doodles sprinkled in there. Whoop. Option 4, face on with some doodles sprinkled around like that. And then option 5, stacked calligraphy with a bunch of gifts and other Christmas doodles scattered around. Those are the 5 options in the poll. Go ahead and cast your vote. And actually seeing my December spread made me realize that I must have more reds somewhere, and I want to give them a chance because I actually really like that color palette of my December spread. Okay, that's not one of them, right? That's too brown. It was a very brown red, but oh, I think it might be this one actually. Just gonna swatch it on here. Oh yeah, that looks the same. Just shade her coat a little. Option 1. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Javaya. Yes, Rennie, I've actually been away for the last week, so I haven't been doing a lot of lives lately, which is probably why you haven't seen me in a while. Okay, and then I realize I have another green. I had this one hiding away upstairs for my son's baby book for a long time. What do we think? Should I stick with red number 3 is what won the vote. Should I stick with that or go with more of a brown red? Aw, thanks you guys. I'm just scrolling back through some comments here. Welcome here, you guys. Thank you. Yeah, I missed you guys too. Stick with 3. Okay. I'll stick with 3. Enough people feel that way that we'll just do it. Okay. So, I agree. It's just that red looked so cute with this color palette, didn't it? Christmassy and cute. But we're not doing this color palette, so that's fine. Sled. Let me pull that picture up here and find a good brown to be the base of the sled. I think I'll use a darker brown for the base because I had all those other browns for the gift boxes, but I think the sled itself will maybe be nice and dark like that. All right. And where should we write December? I'm thinking maybe just underneath it. I'll just put the sled somewhere like this. Underneath, okay. Hey Caitlin, it was good. Yeah, just spent the week, well, I mean, mostly hanging out with my boys just like I would here, but also got to spend some good time with family. It's always different though, like, you know, when we used to live far from my family, so when we would come back, it was like everyone was on holidays, so we got to spend lots of time with everyone, whereas now we went there and everyone was still working. So it was still fun, but it's just a little bit different, you know? It was lots of hanging out with my kids like I would at home, and then less hanging out with everyone like we normally would. But it was still good. I'll put a green gift on the bottom. Oh, thank you so much for your order. And like I said earlier, if anyone is here who ordered an empty journal, the ones that are not currently in the pre-order stage, I can gladly pack that up for you today. It's just the vast majority of my current orders have a pre-order in them, so I can't pack those up right now. Oh, yes, you did, Caitlin. Let me see what this order was for. Oh yes, for a pre-order. So we won't pack that up for you right now, but I will be doing the pre-orders on live. Just have to wait until they're actually ready to go. All right, let's do a gold bow and ribbon on this one. And then I'll do some white gel pen designs on it as well. And then maybe we'll do a red one on here. I believe they are, Shirley. I was hearing some things about like, oh, things might start moving, but slowly. But when I go to their site, it still doesn't seem like I can just order shipping labels from them. Has anyone from Canada heard an update on that? And then this one, I think I'll do more like kind of twine wrapping around. And then tying on. Okay, do you know what that means, Blue Noser? And then we'll have the twine kind of up here. Oh, girl, Iris, I don't even know, because here's the problem. Oh, rotating. Okay, that makes sense. We get mail twice a week until they're... So do you know if I can send international mail, or is that like out of the question? I just find it so hard to find answers on like that part of things. Okay. Oh, now I was gonna do that green for the wrapping paper, but now I just used it for the sprigs of whatever. So now I'll use brown for the wrapping paper. Whoops. Some section, okay. Yeah, see, that's what it seems like just by my brief searching, is that like there's not really a clear like, yes, you can send mail, or no, you can't. Like, it just seems so random right now, which is frustrating. Oh, Shirley, yeah, that's so frustrating. They are accepting parcels. Oh, okay. I should look into that then, because that would be a great solution for the international shipping thing. Here's the thing with shipping internationally. With Canada Post being on strike, I can't use your national post, which I normally would, because that's all that Etsy integrates with. And Etsy is the only platform I've ever used until like a few weeks ago when I launched my website. So that's definitely what I'm most comfortable with. But when I launched my Shopify site, they integrate with shipping options like Purolator and UPS and that kind of stuff. But if you're from Canada, you can only use Purolator as your sending option, your shipper, I don't know, whatever the word is. And so Purolator ships to Canada and the US, but not internationally. So I can't send with Canada Post, and the only thing that I can send with doesn't ship internationally. So I could use UPS like straight from their site, but it's definitely just more of a headache, and then I need to have multiple drop-off points and like make an account with them. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do, if I should just wait out the Canada Post strike, but I have no idea how that'll work. I'm just doing some little Christmas trees on this one. All right, I think that's it for our sled itself. Let me just take a sip here. And then we've got to decide what we want to do for our December title. So I think underneath is the best option. We could do the alphabet stamps. Did we use those in November? I feel like we did. We did, but not as the main font, just kind of as a secondary. So we could still use those and do the alphabet stamps right underneath. We could do just like plain black calligraphy. Yeah, because I wouldn't want to do like big bulky calligraphy with one of my colorful markers. It would just be black calligraphy. Any other options that would suit this theme well? I feel like it is more of like a, you know, not like a bouncy cute lettering theme or like a bouncy fun lettering theme, but more of like almost sophisticated lettering. Caitlin, I think first thing next week, but I'm not sure. It could be as early as this. Oh, I do have the Pentel. That's true. Okay, let me show you the colors that I have in that. And then we'll take a vote. I forgot about those. I always forget about those. My next shipment. So I ordered kind of a first round of those pre-made journals as samples for myself to use and test and use for content. And so those ones obviously came in a little while ago. And then I ordered a second batch just so that I didn't have to order them all via express mail because it's so expensive. But the first batch that is by express mail is actually set to arrive tomorrow. But I want a bit of time to like get them moved into my office, organized, quality checked, all of that. So we could do black or green or brown I could do it more, look like a ribbon. Maybe, I'm not sure exactly how I would do that. Or we could do stamps. Maybe let's just vote on these. Is there a moderator who would be willing to do a vote? I keep not asking and then just doing the votes, but I'm kind of slow and clunky with getting them set up. Oh, Alex, you changed your username. Okay, could we do a 4-option poll? Just 1 minute should be fine. Also, if you're looking for a December theme, just take note of how easily that came together. Lots of squares. Okay, so option 1 is going to be December in black calligraphy. Option 2, green calligraphy. Option 3, brown calligraphy. And then option 4 is going to be this stamp. December in those stamps right under here. So 1, 2, 3, or the stamps. 4. Those are our options. And then on the next page, we got to prepare for a brain dump. I get that, Alex. A whole legal name. Yep. Option 2 was green. Excellent. Let's do some green calligraphy then, right under here. Decided last minute to change the style up a little bit. Add a little bit extra flair. Sorry. December. There we go. So we've got our title page. Next up is our brain dump. How do we want to display this one? I'm going to show you a few ways that we've done it throughout the journal, and then we can vote for what we think would fit well with this one. Hey Carson, good to see you guys. Alrighty, so we did this for the title page. For those of you who are just getting in, we're trying to decide how we want to display the brain dump spread. So in January, we did it like this, calligraphy kind of down the side. I don't know if that would be a perfect like shoe in with this one, unless we brought in a different calligraphy, because that's just such a small heading tab over here. February, we did this kind of thing. We did brain up here, dump at the bottom, and then just a border around. That could work, I feel like. March, we did this. I'm trying to think, we could just do like a bow, like green brain dump in the middle, and then like red or gold bow wrapping around. I feel like this might suit it better than this one. So let's keep that as an option. I don't think we'll do anything like this, the sort of confetti style. I feel like that kind of bulky border doesn't really fit with this theme either. We could do something like this. But then I feel like I would sooner do the whole title on the bottom though, brain dump with gift boxes over here. Yeah, we could do brain dump at the top and then gift boxes at the bottom. Let's see what else we've done. I don't even remember. This is, okay, so that's more like what I'm looking for, not that one. And that is more like February, which I don't think I exactly want with this month. Okay, so let's vote for some options here. Yeah, it could be a string of Christmas lights, that's true. Could I get a moderator to start a poll for us? We'll just do 3 options. I'm trying to think if I want to add another option back in, but I think 3 is fine. So we'll do 3 options. This is just for the brain dump. So we've got our theme locked in, our colors, all of that. We're just choosing how to display it. So option 1 would be to write brain dump in our green calligraphy in the middle, and then do Christmas lights around the border instead of leaves. Option 2 would be to put brain dump up at the top and then a stack of gifts down at the bottom with like a ribbon or Christmas lights or something going around. I know, Christy, I noticed that, but meh. We'll see what wins. Option 3 would be to put brain dump down here by a stack of presents, and then again, some kind of border, ribbon, something like that. I know I always start the poll before I start explaining because otherwise you forget what the option is by the time the poll gets there. That's option 3. No, Aaliyah, you can just vote now. Now that you've heard them all, you can vote. 1, brain dump with Christmas lights. Whoops, this is wrong. 2, stack of gifts, brain dump at the top. 3, brain dump at the bottom with a stack of gifts. Those are the options. Oh, number 3. Wait, where even was that? What month was that? August. Just trying to think of what. So what sort of border do you guys want to do with that? Maybe let's do that as our vote. Actually, let's watch it happen first, and then we can vote for the type of border that we want. So I'll do a stack of gifts and I'll do the calligraphy, and then we'll have to decide if we want that's not true. And then we'll have to decide if we want Christmas lights or ribbons going around. So let's do a tan gift box at the bottom. Yes, there is a poll function that shows up right underneath my username. And that's what we use to do the votes. That way, TikTok will just count them up for us, and we don't need to manually tally them up like I used to when I would just have people comment their vote. Well, I don't always give enough time. I do sometimes run out of time, but I purposely start it while I'm talking because otherwise I feel like I need to explain them all again while the poll's going anyways. If you don't see a poll, that could be because you're not using a compatible device. I think it has to be on mobile. I guess iPad would work. So computer doesn't work. But I think iPad does. Oh, whoops, I didn't leave enough room. Maybe I'll do the bow on the side for this one. Anna, I use a variety, just kind of depends what I have been given. But I use a lot of Tombow dual tip brush pens these days and some Lyra aqua brush duos. I get most of my markers from Stationery Pal, but if you're looking for like recommendations, I always recommend the Crayola Super Tips because they come in huge packs for a great deal and they've got beautiful colors. Oh, no worries, Leah. Maybe my iPad's lagging, but I thought I had like 30 seconds left when I finished describing the last one. Okay. Oh, hey, Susie. I did have a good vacation. just do some white gel pen designs on these gift boxes. Oh, thank you for your order. Whoever placed an order. I'm gonna check that because if it's not a pre-order, we can pack it up right away. I can totally do a flip through. Yes, I will just finish this page. Oh, and actually, while I finish writing out brain dump, could I get a moderator to do a 2-option poll just for 1 minute? We want to choose if, so we're basing it off of August. It's kind of our template. So we want to do a border, and we're just choosing if we want number 1 to do Christmas lights going around the border, or number 2, like kind of a ribbon. I'm not totally sure what color we would do because we've already kind of used each of our key colors once here, but those are the 2 options. Number 1 is Christmas lights, number 2 is a ribbon. And let's write brain dump down here. I might just write it all on one line this time. I know in August we didn't, but. And to answer your question, yes, I do sell these. And let me show you my, I get a lot of questions about these fully custom ones, and I really can't take a lot of orders for these just because of, I mean, obviously the hours that go into it, and I am a stay-at-home mom as well. But that is why I sell my pre-made journals as well. So let me show you. These ones are all hand-drawn by me as well, but then printed in bulk so that you know, lots of people can use them instead of just one. So this was my weekly spread for last week. It started off like this, but then I just colored it and added it in. So they've got 224 pages, all drawn by hand. Okay, this is one of my favorite spreads. I've just been like coloring this one in to like shoot content with it just for fun. But this is my kind of main focus right now because I'm gonna have to take a break from these for kind of the holiday season. But yes, I do sell the full customs, but I also have those pre-made journals as a more low energy option for me and just more available, you know. Okay. Option 1. Okay, so let me do a string of lights going around the border here. And then I'll probably just cycle between green, red, and gold for our lights. But let me see, I forgot to check this order that came in. Okay, it is a pre-order. So we aren't packing up pre-orders yet this week. Or at least not today. Wait, is this the green I've been using? No. Where is it? Here it is. Huh. Thanks, Christy. No, Cassie, I've been away as well, so we're just getting back into this one that I've been working on for a long time. Okay, so green, red, gold. We'll do another green one here. Red, gold, another green one. Let's do it here. Red, gold, green, red, gold, green, red, gold, green, red, gold, green, red, gold, red, gold, green, green, red, gold, green. Okay, I am gonna do a flip through of this once I'm done these Christmas lights. Don't let me forget. Next week, Tess. Oh, nice, Laura. What pages have you decided to set up first? Oh, this, why do I have so many wrong colors sitting on my desk? That is not the red that we chose for the month. There we go. Okay. Oh, hey, Cherry. It is good to be back. I definitely had a nice holiday, but I feel like the part of work that I enjoy the most is my lives. So having a week of still trying to get work done, but not doing any lives. The work part was definitely worse. Being with family was nice, of course, but. All right. There is our brain dump. Let me give you guys a flip through of this journal. Because yes, it has been a while. Put the tree up. That's great. All right, so for those who are new, this is a 12-month custom bullet journal order from my current customer whose name is Ivy. So we started off, we still need to do the yearly spreads. That's all that's left after we finish December. So January, we did this little pastel galaxy sort of theme with some fun lettering. That's probably my favorite thing about this theme. And these are the weeklies. Hey, Anna. Good to be back. February, we did a Valentine's dessert theme. No way, Laura. You put your tree up already? That's crazy. I love that. I love Christmas, but we never get around to putting our tree up till probably like mid to late November. March, we did this little stacked calligraphy lemon Dutch door theme, which is definitely one of my favorite themes in the journal, although some of the later themes gave this one some competition. Usually wait till Halloween night. Nice. April was based off of a couple of her son's birthday cakes that we kind of combined to make this one theme. May, the prompt was duckies and rain, so that's what we have here. June, we did Hawaii, and all of these themes, each customer chooses like everything. So some customers are super specific about what they want, some are a lot more vague. What Ivy did was basically just give a prompt for each month and then gave us freedom over how we wanted to actually display that. So the prompt for July was mermaid, and the pages that she requested is a 1-page brain dump, 2-page calendar with a check-in box, and then a 2-page memory spread with lots of open space to paste in pictures memories and just write highlights about the month. And then the weekly spreads, which we rotated through 4 different weekly layouts that all include a notes box and a calendar, because that's what she wanted. August, the prompt was birthday. We did this cute little birthday card design that we found on Pinterest and turned it into a bullet journal theme. September, the prompt was baby girl. This is another one of my favorites in this journal. Mostly the letters. Actually, let's pause here for a sec. I just love these letters. And these weeklies are for sure my favorite weekly spreads so far in the journal. October, the prompt was Halloween, so we did these cute little ghost portraits. Yeah, the color palette for September I really loved. And October. They honestly have a very similar feel. November, we did this fall theme. And these are the weeklies. And then right now we're working on December. We just chose this theme today. She gave us the prompt Christmas. We chose to do gifts on a sled. And then we just finished the first 2 pages. Now we've got to do her calendar. So let me pull up my calendar here on my iPad. December 2026. Starts on a Tuesday. I always want to just, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Stephanie. Okay, actually, I should get you guys to vote. So we've been doing the calendar pages in 2 different styles throughout the journal. So let's vote on these 2 different styles. Could I get a mod to put a 1-minute poll with 2 options so that we can vote for our calendar layout? Yes, I can flip through January to March one more time. Maybe while we do the poll, once I've given the options, I can do that. So option 1 is going to be like this. There's a black line on top and then a line of color for the dates. Nothing is closed in. It's just like this. That's option 1, but of course with the colors for December. Option 2 is to take a colored marker and do a full outline and then have the dates written into dots. So this is option 1, lines of color, nothing closed in. Option 2, fully closed, dots of color. And this is the color palette in question. So you can picture what would work well with this color palette, this font, whatever. That is what we're looking for. Option 1 or option 2. Please put your votes up in the poll. You'll see a little white and blue clipboard icon right underneath my name. And if you put them in the comments, they won't get counted. But if you put them in the poll, TikTok will count them up for us, which is very helpful. So just tap that little clipboard icon underneath my name. I'm just going to quickly flip through these first few months for autumn. Now that I think we've got the poll options nailed down. Okay, option 1. Cool. Sounds good. Thanks, Christy. Here's March. And how far, was it just January to March that you wanted autumn? Yes, January to March. Okay, yeah. So March was this lemons theme. And that is it. Okay, so we're gonna do this layout for December. So let me grab my 04. Yes, Anita, I am Canadian, so I definitely ship to Canada. Okay, and I need 3 dates. 3 days on the top here, so we'll count down 3, 6, 8, 2, 3. Let me just see some of your comments here. Janice, yes, so the pre-order window is going to close at the end of this week, and then we'll start packing and mailing those pre-orders next week. Autumn, yes, I hope to do this in the future, assuming that I have the time for it. Wait, I need to count here. 3, okay. But I will not be opening another one immediately after this like I normally do, because I want to hunker down and focus on getting all of those pre-orders packed up and ready to go. All right, let me take a sip of tea here. Okay, so colors for the calendar. Just trying to think. Yeah, this red will work. It's not too dark. And then I think I'll do the lighter of our 2 greens. And then I'm not sure this brown or the slightly darker one. Maybe I'll do the darker one. It's not super dark. And actually I'll start with red because we'll likely do green lettering right above it. So I won't do green right at the top. Caitlin, I just have the same thing every single day. It's just iced black tea latte. Yes, see you, Christy. Thanks for joining. It was good to meet you. Oh, not red, brown. Oh, it's just whole, what's it called? Whipping cream. Whipping cream from the cow. Oh, that's funny, Liz. We haven't done the memories page yet. We're still on the calendar. I do love London fogs. It's like, I don't drink coffees, so this is kind of in place of coffee. So I just make like a big pot, not even a kettle, just a huge pot of black tea a couple times a week, and then put it in the fridge, mix it with ice and cream, and then that's my drink every day. Oh, was someone... Sorry, I thought maybe there was a question I had missed, so I just quickly scrolled back a bit. But I don't see it. 8, 29, 30. Oh, I should have had you guys brainstorm how we want to set up the rest of this page. Share the cookies cost. Do you just mean the normal cost of a fully customized journal like this? I'm guessing that's what you mean. But I saw your question earlier and the cookies part confused me, so the fact that cookies is still in there makes me think maybe that's something that I'm not picking up on. Rebecca, the code now is live stream. Not live 50, it's just live stream. Oh, no problem, Autumn. So the cost depends how many months you get, if you use a discount code, what currency you're talking about. It's not like a straightforward answer. Oh, okay, that makes sense, Autumn. I was lost, but code words are smart. Yeah, I've heard that from other people that you shouldn't like talk about, I don't know, money and stuff like that on TikTok Live, but I don't really know why, so I just do it anyways. It'll be in the hundreds. All of those factors considered, there is a bit of a range, but it will be in the hundreds just based on the amount of time and effort that goes into them. Okay, how are we going to lay out the rest of this page? My first question is, do we want to just use the same December font up here, or do we want to bring in, yes, 300 cookies, please. Or do we want to introduce a new font into this theme? That's my first question. I'm trying to think here. We could do, One thought that I have is we could do like a row of gifts stacked along here, and then have our title in stacked calligraphy over here, and then the check-in box instead of doing the title on top. But what kind of font should I bring in then? If we add a new font, which we're going to need to at some point probably. I don't know, I usually have at least two that I'm kind of flipping between. What kind of font would we do though? Oh yes, sorry Morgan. Yes, so Morgan, these journals are from my shop. They come in a few different colors. They also come as empty journals, which is what we're currently filling. Or they come as like journals with the pages already drawn in and you just color them. They're both available in my shop, and the code livestream will get you a discount. We could do color changing. We could do stamps. I feel like stamps would look nice. As you can probably tell, I usually depend a lot on lettering to kind of fill the space, you know? I almost always have a larger font and then pair it with a smaller one. And I depend on the larger font the most of the time. So that's basically my question is, should I bring in a bigger font? Stamps, we can definitely bring in. They just wouldn't really solve the same problem for me as adding a big font would, or a big lettering style, you know? Let me think here. Gifts across the top. Check it out. I didn't even not read this out loud. Gifts across the top. Okay, well, let's just come up with a couple different options here. The letters could look like string lights. I suppose they could. I'm just trying to think. Okay, they could look like string lights. Okay. Is there a mod that would want to start a poll for us? A 2-minute poll with 4 options. And I'm going to start describing them already because I don't even have them all thought of in my head. Option 1 is going to be to stick with the same font, this slim green calligraphy, put it up here, and then just surround it with smaller doodles. So like small little gift boxes kind of sprinkled around and sparkles. So that would be option 1 for the heading. Not sure exactly what the check-in box would look like, but we're just starting there. So option 1, same green calligraphy as we used for the cover, and then like small little Christmas doodles scattered with sparkles. Option 2 will be the Christmas light calligraphy idea. So a string of Christmas lights winding through here that spell out December. Christmas lights wasn't the main focal point that we chose for this theme, but that doesn't mean we can't kind of do that. So that's option 2. Option 3 will be, let me think. Okay, option 3 will be what I mentioned originally. Some gift boxes kind of stacked along this top row of the calendar here. December in stacked calligraphy. Sorry, I just saw the poll do something weird. If you voted before, go vote again because it just jumped in and out. December in stacked calligraphy over here, and then the check-in box underneath. And then option 4 would be to bring in color changing calligraphy just across the top in its normal position, and then figure out the check-in box. We're just trying to decide the heading style. So let me say those again. Option 1 is this light green, or this sort of smaller green calligraphy here with smaller doodles to accompany it, sprinkled across the top. Option 2 is a Christmas light string that spells out December. Option 3 is stacked big bouncy calligraphy for December over here. And then option 4 is, oh, someone's fixing it? Okay. Okay, so option 4 is color changing big calligraphy across the top here. Okay, wait, so this is the right poll now? Okay, let me check. Can I see the poll? I never actually look at the, okay, yeah, here's 4 options. Let me say those options one more time. Okay, so option 1, same calligraphy as we used here, right up here, with smaller gift boxes and small doodles, sparkles, that kind of stuff sprinkled around. We're not deciding the check-in box yet, we're just deciding the heading. Option 2 is to have a string of Christmas lights going across the top that spell out December. Option 3 is to bring in a more bulky stacked calligraphy, or just a bulky calligraphy, and do it stacked right over here, with gift boxes over here instead. And then option 4 is to do that same kind of bulky color changing calligraphy, but spread across the top. Those are the 4 options. Now that we've got the right poll up there, thank you to the mods for running all the polls for me. That is very helpful. Okay, option 2, I kind of figured. I feel like whenever you put in something becomes something, it almost always wins. Okay, so let's do our string of Christmas lights first. So I'm just gonna try to do kind of like one continuous string that spells out December. Oh. How did I misspell December? All right, so new plan is I'm gonna have to cover this up. I could cover it in white gel pen. Let me think of how that would look. C-E. Okay, I could do it in white gel pen. I need to stop talking while I'm spelling because then I start spelling things wrong. So we could just, I wouldn't use this exact piece because it's all chopped up. We could just cover this whole top section and just restart. I feel like that might be the best option in this scenario. Let me just grab an empty journal, one of my B grade ones. I made a mistake on this journal. I was trying to film a reel of it and I pulled off the gold foil immediately after I ironed it and I completely wrecked it. So I tried doing it again, but it just looked even worse. So now this journal will be my junk scraps journal. This was Brooklyn's journal, so I just made her a new one instead because I destroyed her old one. Sorry, Brooklyn. Okay. So we'll just cut a whole page out from here. All right, and then we want to cover this whole section here. So I'm just going to cut right at this, whoop, is that the right dot? Yeah, right at this dot here. But a tiny bit above it because, okay, now I lost my spot. I should really just count, but I'm just depending on my fingers to be in the right spot. Okay. We'll go slightly above so that none of this paper covers the line that we just made for our calendar. And we'll trim this off too. Oh, I could have used my paper cutter. Whoops. Where's my glue tape? Oh, here it is. Yeah, that'll fit right here. Yes, yes, I know. It's supposed to say December, but I was talking while spelling again. That's why I am currently chopping up a B grade. Well, it wasn't B grade. It was a good journal until I ruined it. Okay. Gotta line this up nicely. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to cover the camera with my head so that I can get this perfectly lined up. There we go. I just wanted to line it up with the top of the page just right. Okay, let's try that again. So D, E, C. I do know how to spell December normally. See. E and R. Okay, let's do that. And then add the Christmas lights. Oh, no worries, Jill. You were rightfully confused because what month was that supposed to spell? Add some little Christmas lights. Yes, the theme was, well, the prompt that Ivy gave was Christmas, and we chose to do this little sleigh with gifts for the cover page, and then we started incorporating Christmas lights here, which has now become our main doodle for this page. Have a good night, Ivy. Thanks, or sorry, Iris. I was reading Kaylee's comment and yours. Thanks for joining. Okay, December. Good enough. Let's see, for our check-in box. I did see the whole sleigh and giant gift. What do you guys think about that? My only thing is, like, we already took lights and turned them into letters. Do I want to take a giant gift and turn it into the box, or do I want to just do something different? White for highlights. Oh, on the lights. I was thinking the letters. I was like, because I usually do highlights on my letters. Christmas tree. Giant gift box. You guys think gift as the box, huh? As the check-in box. Okay, I'm just trying to think about how that's gonna look. Box with a bow on top. I could, let me think here. Just looking for some inspiration. Let me think here. Just a tan box with a red or green bow. Okay, I could do that. I feel like that would look more neutral. I'm just picturing like a big colorful gift box, and I feel like that's not really the look that I am thinking of. So let's just do a big tan gift box. And then we'll do a bow on top. And I'm trying to decide if I should do calligraphy for the title or bring in another new font and do the stamps. Oh, welcome here, you guys. We're working on a custom bullet journal order for my customer Ivy. This is a 12-month journal for 2026. So we have done all of the months up until December, and that's what we are finishing up today. I feel like stamps would look good. Even though we haven't used them yet in this theme, I feel like they would be a good fit. And I might actually, before I move on, I might do just a pattern over it in the same color. Because I was thinking, like, kind of the focal point of the gifts was supposed to be the cute designs on the wrapping paper. But I wasn't going to do anything on this one because she needs to write here. But if I just do like a grid, that would still work. And just not in white gel pen, because it doesn't work very well to write on top of the white gel pen. Megan, I'm not going to be opening another custom order right away. I'm not sure when I'll get back to customs, but I just need to focus on the packing up the pre-order journals. And if that starts to become more manageable, I might open another spot this year, but I really am not expecting to. I'm expecting that it won't be till next year. Mel, it's a bullet journal. So it's a custom bullet journal for my customer named Ivy. So I can show you. It started off as an empty journal and we've only got a few pages left to go until it is done. We've been filling it all up for 2026. I do have these, but like I was saying, I'm not taking any more custom orders in the like immediate future. What I am doing is I have my pre-made journals that are now available. So it starts off all just like outlined and you color it in. But everything is hand drawn for you by me. There's 224 pages. They're like just as thick, just as solid as these ones, but they are like coloring book style journals as well. I know, Sherry. Oh, thank you, Mel. To get them by Christmas, I don't know yet when that cutoff date would be. I'm gonna have to see how many of these I can process by myself. Like if you order now, you will definitely get it by Christmas. The pre-order window is gonna be open until this weekend, and there is a discount that comes with pre-ordering, just, you know, since you have to be a bit patient and wait for them to actually get packed. But that will end this weekend, and then we'll start packing them next week. So normally, if you guys have been here before, you'll know that like normally I just pack up orders as I get them. You know, like if someone places an order while I'm here on live, I'll just personalize it right here and pack it up for you. But since these were a pre-order, I haven't been doing that, but I am still going to be packing those on live. It just will be a little bit different. So until I make it through kind of the stack of pre-orders, I'll just be posting on my Instagram, like today we're gonna pack up order number whatever until whatever. So if one of those is yours and you want to be present for the personalization of your order, try to make it today kind of thing. So that's how the pre-orders are gonna work, and that will start next week. I need to make sure I'm spelling this right because it's still a recent memory of making that mistake. Check in. Okay. I did, Amanda. I have opened up the option for name pages, and I'm thinking right now that what I'm gonna do is just paste them in. You guys can let me know what you think about that. So for those of you who are new, I usually offer like custom name pages like this, but it will be like, it would look more like, you know, something like this. You choose a theme, I write your name and doodle that theme in the first page. But since the pre-made journals have a design right on the first page, I was thinking I would just do it on a different journal page, cut it and just paste the whole page in here. Because yes, I did open an option for name pages because I know that people wanted them. So that was my plan for that. Although the other option would be to do it just onto here. I think so, Rebecca. Like if you, it just depends how, I don't want to promise that. I'm just not sure how doable it will be for me to stay on top of requests like that. Like I think at the start, I would be okay with that. Like if you see it in my stories that it's supposed to be your order and it doesn't work for you, I would try to accommodate that. But if it becomes like an everyday thing where like, you know, everyone is wanting their orders packed on a very specific day, I don't think I would be able to juggle that just with the number of orders that I have, unfortunately. So yes, I want to say yes, but a very tentative, depends on the circumstances, yes. Okay, let's do the memories page. We finished the calendar. So this is the theme that we're doing. We're doing a Christmas theme. We chose to do these little gifts on a sleigh for the first page. We added Christmas lights as another kind of element of the theme. And now what we're making is her memories page. So let me show you a few different layouts that we've used throughout the journal, and then we'll vote on which one we want to kind of adapt to fit with this theme. Sure, I can quickly show you November before I get into that. November was a fall theme. That was her prompt. So we did like leaves, mushrooms, that kind of stuff. All the weekly spreads look the same. So there we go. So this one, I feel like wouldn't really work with the types of doodles that we've already done for this theme. It could definitely work with other Christmassy doodles like holly, Christmas cookies, little like Christmas socks or something. But it wouldn't work with the doodles that we've already introduced. This one would definitely work if we stuck with the Christmas lights thing and made that the entire border. But I don't know about that. I'm not crazy about Christmas lights, I'll be honest. I'm totally fine that you guys voted for Christmas lights, but to make this entire page be full of Christmas lights, I'm not sure. So we'll just hold on to that one. Maybe consider it, but maybe not. Depends if we find better options. I feel like this one also wouldn't really fit with the types of doodles that we've already chosen for this month. This one would. Well, we'd have to do a different lettering style, but we could just do some color changing calligraphy and then have like a sleigh with a stack of gifts or something like that. So I feel like this layout would definitely work well, but it would require adding a different font because I don't really want to do the Christmas light font paired with like a stack of gifts. I feel like that would look weird. So this one would work, but we'd need a different font. You know what, actually now that you say wreath, that was one of our theme options. And I know it isn't the theme that we chose, but we could actually do this kind of page. But we could do a wreath in the middle and then write memories in smaller letters inside the wreath. We'll think about that. Yeah, unknown. I feel like the January one would fit really nicely with Christmas doodles, just not the Christmas doodles that we've already chosen. So it would mean bringing in a new set of Christmas doodles, which is fine, but it's not like a natural shoe-in with what we've already done. Okay, I feel like this one is pretty much the same in my mind as this one. Like it would require bringing in a bigger font, but the doodle placement and stuff, like to have gift boxes, I feel like would work really well. Okay, let's see. August was another centered in the page one. September, we had just a title on the top, no border or anything, which wouldn't really fit well with this theme. This was another same type of thing as this, so I won't. And this was the same as one that we've already kind of passed up on. Okay, so let me see here. I don't think I'm gonna do the Christmas light letters again for this page. I think we have kind of overdone Christmas lights already. But yeah, let's see here. I've got kind of 4 options, right? Yes. I'm just trying to think of what I would do here that's not Christmas lights. Maybe just like wavy lines like this, but in red or something so that it would look more like a ribbon winding through. So could I get a moderator to start a poll for us? And we'll choose a layout for our memories page. So for context, this is the theme that we are using. So this is the color palette, the basic theme. We have kind of strayed from the original theme a bit, but that's fine. We're just mixing and matching. Sorry, is there a moderator able to do a poll? If not, I'll get one started. So this is the theme. We're just trying to decide how we want to format the memories page. So option number 1, oh, actually that's basically the same as this. So I don't need both of those as options. So I'm gonna ditch that one because I don't want it to be Christmas light-esque. Okay, option number 1, you know what? I'm just gonna start the poll because I don't see one and it's I would rather start one now than interrupt myself halfway through describing them and then completely lose my train of thought while describing them to you. Okay, here we go. There's a poll right underneath my name. Option number 1, we would bring in a bigger font, likely just a bouncy color changing calligraphy, to write memories and do a little stack of gifts, maybe on a sled, whatever, over in the corner, but everything is on the bottom. This is option 1. Option 2, and this also would require bringing in a different font, would be to write memories and just surround it with like small gift boxes, cookies, holly, whatever, just like little Christmas doodles. I feel like there's lots of options here. And sparkles. This would be cute with sparkles. So option 1 is like this, option 2. Option 3 would also be in the center of the page, but it would be a wreath in the center with memories written inside. We would likely go back to this font for writing memories. So 2 is the kind of big text with little doodles. 3 is also centered, but it's a wreath. And then option 4 would be more like this. We'll write memories in a big font up at the top. We'll have some gifts here. And something that's not Christmas lights sprinkled around here because I don't really feel like doing Christmas lights. And then other Christmas doodles, maybe a small gift, maybe like a stocking or something like that. So let me say those options one more time. You've still got plenty of time to cast your votes. Memories in big color changing calligraphy down here with the stack of gifts, maybe on the sled again. That's option 1. Option 2, memories with little Christmas doodles and sparkles sprinkled around. Option 3, a wreath in the center with memories. And then option 4, big text along the top for memories, a gift here or a stack of gifts, other little Christmas doodles, and then maybe a red ribbon type border going around. That is option 4. Those are all the options. Go ahead and cast your vote in the poll right underneath my name, and then we will get into it. Thanks, Stevie. Yeah, I really love how the cover page turned out for this one. And super simple, like just boxes and lines, really. Option 3, okay, that was the wreath, right? I am pretty sure that was the wreath. So let me get my circle tracer here. I'm trying to decide how big to do it. Like a smaller one or like the outside of my circle tracer. Because that would be a lot bigger. And that would be the center of the wreath, you know? So the wreath itself would be even bigger. I feel like that's almost too big. Okay, I just need I forgot I deleted the picture that I was going to use as inspiration because it was in the way of just how I had organized the weekly spread options. Let me find this. I hate how iPads organize their pictures. Where's my recently deleted? Oh, here it is. Okay. Recover. Perfect. Photos. Okay, so this is the wreath that I'm using as inspiration. The bow won't be as big though, so that we can write memories inside of the wreath. But that is going to be kind of our inspiration picture for the wreath. I know the stockings that were just up, that was another theme option, but ultimately the stacked gifts on the little sleigh is what won the vote. Okay, I am going to do the smaller one because yeah, I feel like the bigger one and then bulking up the wreath enough to make it fit with that proportion is going to take up a lot of her space, right? So let's just do the smaller one. Okay, I'm just using a light color to doodle the circle. And then I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle some berries around the wreath with my red. In like little clusters. And then I will do a little bow hanging down as well, but not a big one because I don't want it to take up all of the space in here because I want to write memories in here as well. So we'll just do a small one. All right, Then I'm gonna layer my two greens. So I have a lighter one and a darker one. And I'm just gonna use the brush tip and just do like kind of leafy shapes, just strokes going all around the wreath. And I might bulk it up a little bit more actually. This is another very easy Christmassy theme, which we had voted on possibly doing this on the title page, but I'm glad we got to do it now because this one and gifts were my top two favorite choices. So gifts won, but this one is still fun. Trying to decide if I even want to layer my darker green on top. And if I do I want to use the thinner tip to do like more detailed, like smaller leaves or like pine needles or something? Or do I want to do the same type of leaf, just less of them? You know? Actually, I really like how it looks just with this color. Maybe instead of using my darker one, I would just kind of darken up some of these. What do you guys think about that? I'm going to write memories on the inside. Question though, the color that we used on the title page is this green, which doesn't quite fit with this one. What if I do memories in gold instead? Does that sound good? I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take a sip of tea first though. Gold, okay, let's do it. So I'm gonna have to kind of squeeze this in here because usually I write a lot bigger than this, but let's do M, E, N. Oh boy, this O is gonna be riding the line. Sorry, O. All right, memories. Oh yeah, I could test it on a separate sheet. Okay, yeah, so I'm thinking, so I did kind of like this. So I could do like, just kind of like darker leaves scattered on top like that. Actually, I like how that looks more than I thought. Or I could do like kind of sprinkle little like pine needles kind of sticking out of some places, which I like less than I expected. Okay, I'm gonna rule that out right now. I don't really like that. Oh, baby woke up. Or I could just kind of use the same green to darken up the sides of some leaves. I feel like 1 or 2 are my 2 options here. Yeah, I'll sprinkle some gold dots on the wreath. I do like that idea, but I'll do that at the end. The first option? I think the first option as well. Okay, so that's what I was originally thinking, and I liked how it looked even without that, but I think that's the way to go. So I'm doing the same shape, just less of them, and kind of a little bit more hollow. I ended up filling the lighter ones in a bit more. And then yeah, I'm gonna darken up the berries a little bit, like just add 1 more coat of red to them, and then sprinkle a little bit of gold on this page as well, and then I think we are good. Just want to make the berries pop a little bit more. All right, and then I'm just gonna sprinkle like some gold dots all around the wreath. They'll be subtle, but You can definitely tell from here. I don't know how much you can tell on camera. I'll hold it up so that you can see it once I'm done. All right, there we go. The little gold kind of sparkly dots. Honestly, I don't even know if you can see them still. You can see them in person. They're sparkly. All right, I feel like that turned out very cute. All right, 457. Let me think here. I just want to figure out what weekly spread we're doing and then decide if I want to start it, because I should probably go make supper soon, but we're kind of preparing for the time change, like with my kids, because we were just in a different province that has the time that we're going to be changing to in like 2 weeks. So we got them onto that schedule, and now we're kind of trying to keep them on that schedule instead of having to change them again and have the like 4 or 5 a.m. mornings again. So I'm just trying to figure out what time I should be making supper, because we're a little bit off schedule as a whole. Okay, this is the weekly layout that we're doing this time. And actually, what other month did we use that one? Because we ended up changing it just a touch. I think it was August, right? Yes, it was August. Oh, Kelberg. Well, okay, so it is on homemade sourdough, but we're just doing BLTs for supper tonight. I have a volleyball game this evening, and so I figured going live in the afternoon till like 5 or 5:30, quickly doing supper, cleaning them up, getting them to bed before my volleyball game. I just chose a very simple supper that honestly my kids don't really like, so that's too bad, but me and my husband like it. So I'll end up making a second supper anyways for my kids. Okay, so this is the, yes, Kelberg, I actually played all through college. That is what sent me to college, but I haven't played since then. So it's been like 5 years since I touched the court until a couple weeks ago. I had my first rec game and it was lots of fun. Okay, so this is the layout that we're doing. Just trying to decide if I want to start this or if I should figure out supper. Oh, thank you. And I do want to show you guys. So when we started this journal, Ivy wasn't sure yet how she was going to arrange her monthly pages. She was thinking of just having a memory section and then only having like 1, 2, 3, 4 monthly pages instead of 5, 6. So that's how I spaced out the journal. But then when she was here on live, she decided to add a 2-page memory spread. So unfortunately, I only have 3 normal weekly spread pages left, 1 that has a blank page, but we need 5. So I'm not sure what to do because I spaced this out under the impression that we were just doing 4 monthly pages, and then we changed it to 6 during the live. I maybe should have combined the monthly pages now in hindsight in like November or something, but I didn't think about it. So now we need to figure out what to do for that weekly spread. And so that's what I'm trying to arrange in my page here. Do you think it would tape in that solid, like to actually use as a page? I've never taped in a whole page. Like, I mean, I've covered up a page with a page, but I've never taped in a separate page. Do you think that would actually work well? Sorry guys, I'm getting to the bottom here. Really? Okay, so you just cut a whole page from a different journal and taped it in and it was okay. Because I could definitely do that. I have some cute Christmas washi tape that, I mean, that weekly spread would look different than the other ones, but because I don't really want to tape the center of all of the weekly spreads, but like I do have these little Christmas washi tapes or more plain washi tape, like just a plaid or something. Tape them on both sides. Okay, but then the page would be like a tiny bit shorter, right? Because like if I'm cutting out of a different journal, I can't get right to the spine. But is that how you guys do it? Oh, a taped page that folds out. Or a flip up. Okay. Glued in pages on the end of the... Lengthen it with the tape. Okay. I don't even own an X-Acto knife, unfortunately, Lisa. I really should. But okay. So you're telling me I can either just tape in a whole page or... Let me think here. Would there be a way that I... Tell me if this would be better or worse. To do single page weekly spreads, but have a taped flap on every page that makes it. So like, basically, because we're using this weekly spread, although I wouldn't firmly stick to this now that we've got this wrench thrown into it. Yes, I use single page weekly spreads for myself all the time, but I don't think it would have room for everything that she wants. You know, like enough room to write substantially about each day and a calendar and a notes box. Although maybe she would be willing to flex on some of her weekly requirements. Maybe that would work. Alternatively, okay, so I'll ask her if she wants to flex on the weekly requirements and like, yeah, have single page weekly spreads with like a shared notes box or something. Alternatively, we could have basically it look like this, but then you flip this up and you've got like a notes box on the top and then the other 3 days and a calendar on the bottom or something like that. And then each weekly spread would have a flip. That's true. Okay, you guys are way more creative than I am. I was thinking like, am I gonna just put her weekly spread on the envelope? I know, that's true. December would be one of the busiest months for that kind of thing, so I don't want to like take away any of her note-taking space unless she is explicitly okay with that. But yeah, if we would do the flip up, we would actually end up with a little bit more room because we would have, like, when you flip it, you would have like the back side of the page, which would be like that, and the underside. The flip sounds good. I could have it flip out rather than up. Yeah. Oh, Rylee, nice name and spelling. Sorry. You like the flip. Hides secret notes like gift ideas. Yeah, true. It does sound like I better do that. Let me just check here on my orders. Is Charlene or Kelly Jo here to pack an order? Because that's something that I could do even though I don't have this problem solved. I know all of my other orders that are open right now include a pre-ordered item, so they're not ready to pack. But Charlene and Kelly Jo have outstanding orders that I could gladly pack right now. Okay, I'm gonna ask Ivy about that flip up for sure. Because I feel like that would be a good option. And I'm not seeing Charlene or Kelly Jo. So why don't I give you one more flip through to show you guys where we're at right now. And then I will talk to Ivy about the weekly spreads before we do it. And then tomorrow we'll be set to finish her weekly spreads. We do have all the yearly spreads to do, which will probably take us to the end of the week. And then next week we will be packing pre-orders. So that's exciting. January, we did this little pastel galaxy theme. And this is a full 12-month journal for 2026. A week a page. I could do that, Linda. I'm gonna ask Ivy though, because I feel like if there's any month where you really want all of your note space, all of your, you know, just all of the space, it's December, because there's often extra like things to plan for. So we did this little pastel galaxy theme. See you, Javaya. Thanks so much for joining. Pastel Galaxy theme for January. Valentine dessert theme for February. Lemons theme for March with the Dutch door, and Ivy chose to have a one-page brain dump beside her title. I guess even just like not doing this Dutch door would have given us enough pages. We were so close. And then a 2-page calendar with a check-in box, and then a 2-page memory spread as well to paste in pictures and yeah, journal about the month, and then the weekly spreads. See you, Gail. Thanks so much for coming. April was a combination of 2 of her son's birthday cakes that we turned into this little Teddy and Dino theme. No sunflower dreams. So as long as you're using water-based markers, there will be no bleed through. I do up to 6 layers of like very pigmented dark markers. I don't have the journal here where I did that as a test, but alcohol markers though, unfortunately, are a different story. If that's what she's using, she'll probably have to find some different markers before starting a bullet journal because they'll bleed through anything, no matter how thick. But if you're using water-based, these will not bleed through. They are 160 GSM pages. May, we did this little duckies and rain theme. Oh, that's true, Susie. We could have like just a notes box flip up or something like that. Okay. We've got options, more options than, excuse me. I just choked on my spit. More options than I thought of when I was like, oh no, I'm short a page, but we'll make it work. June was this Hawaii theme. July, we did a mermaid theme with some metallics. August, she requested a birthday theme, so we took this little birthday card that we found on Pinterest and turned it into a journal theme. And we've got a pretty big group here today, so if you guys are new, why don't you put a little emoji in the chat to say hi. For September, the prompt was baby girl, so we did this little like clothesline theme, and this month is one of my favorites. It's got my favorite lettering up at the top here with the white gel pen, which is just such an easy way to spice up bubble letters. And then here's her memories page, and these weeklies are also my favorites in the journal. Welcome here, you guys. Carrie, Amy, thanks for joining. October, the prompt was Halloween, and we chose to do these cute little ghost portraits. Tia, Emma, welcome here. Danielle, good to see you guys. I've been gone for like a week. I normally go live every day, but I wasn't expecting to get a lot of people here since I haven't been here in a long time. November, we did this little fall theme. Gigi, hey. Oh, the beach theme from last journal. I really liked that one too, actually. I need to share a picture of that yet to my Instagram. Sharonda, welcome here, you guys. Oh, Moni, I've missed you guys too. Rebecca, the brain dump is really just a place to write things down when they're like crowding your brain and you want to stop thinking about them. So you can categorize it if you want to, like if you want to have a section for like work or home and just like whenever things come to mind, or like things to look for on Amazon. You know, whenever something comes to your mind, you can either categorize it or you can just dump it down all at once. Yes, Angela, we are short pages. We ended up adding an extra monthly spread for Ivy after I had calculated the pages. So we're just short 1 page, but we're having to get creative with how we finish off the weekly spreads. Oh yeah, and this is as far as we are. So we just did this today, this little December Christmas theme, calendar, memories page with the wreath, and now we are going to do her final weekly spreads for the journal. So that is where we're at. Let me take you guys down for a sec. Actually, while I have you up there, I do want to remind you guys the pre-orders for these journals. So these are different. I know I pulled out the ones that look the same, but they do come in 4 different colors. And all of the pre-made journals do come with this cute little like linen book bag. Pre-orders will be closing this weekend, and the pre-orders are nice because you get a discount and you're also guaranteed to get all of the customization options that you want, whereas I may have to limit some of them based on demand. But the pre-made journals are here. My big shipment, the first of 2, should be arriving tomorrow. So once those are all like quality checked and ready to go, I will be sending them out beginning of next week, doing all of your personalizations here on TikTok Live. So it's 224 pages that are all hand drawn, and you just treat it as like a coloring book, bullet journal, planner, hybrid. So one of my favorite features is this light gray calligraphy that you can just trace over. Oop. So this is what I did for my weekly spread. Oh yes, so Stephanie, the pre-made journals will still be available even after this week, but the pre-order will end this weekend. And whether you pre-order or order later, you can still use the discount code livestream to get a discount for your journals. But yeah, these are the pre-made journals. Pre-orders will close on these this weekend. And if you have already ordered one, make sure you're paying attention to my Instagram stories starting next week, because we are going to pack them all up on live. But it will be a little bit different where, you know, in the past, I just pack them up like right when you order them. But obviously, since you guys already ordered them and they're not ready to pack, I'm just going to be kind of scheduling like a whole clump of journals to try to get through on a certain day. I'll post that on my Instagram story and you guys can try to be there. So, yeah, tomorrow I do plan to be live in the evening, and all that we have left are her weekly spreads and her yearly spreads, like weekly spreads for December. So I'm going to go message her right now and ask what sort of workaround she wants us to do for the weekly spreads, since I did run out of pages. And then we'll finish those weekly spreads tomorrow and possibly start on her yearly pages as well. We'll see. But yeah, that will be tomorrow evening. If you guys want to get any updates ever on when I'm going to be live, information about the pre-made journals, like I said, I'm still troubleshooting international shipping because of the whole Canada Post strike. All those kinds of updates I normally share to my Instagram story. So I also talk about them here, but obviously if you're not here for like the whole 2.5 hour live every day, I don't blame you. So you might miss some of that information. So feel free to follow me on Instagram if you care to know those kinds of things at all. The replay of this will be up on YouTube tomorrow. And thank you guys so much for joining. It was great to be back. I was gone for a week and the week was great hanging out with family. But the work part, my favorite part of work is doing lives. So the fact that I was still doing the work, but not the fun part of my work, I have definitely missed my life. So I'm glad to be back, and I will see you tomorrow to finish up December in Ivy's bullet journal.